Garfield is an orange cat owned by John Arbuckle that is overweight, sluggish, and full of energy. Garfield uses his time taunting John and outwitting Luca, his violent neighbor who owns a Doberman. In addition to John, Garfield interacts with other neighborhood cats Nermal and Arlene and has an odd bond with a mouse named Louis, whom he continually spares. Because he is in love with the veterinarian Dr. Liz Wilson, John has started taking Garfield there on a regular basis. When John tries to ask Liz out, there's a misunderstanding that results in John being given care of OD, a lively, gregarious dog. But Garfield quickly grows tired of OD and starts vying for John's attention. Liz is a judge at a dog talent event where OD is taken. As other canines pursue Garfield, OD moves to the middle of the ring and successfully improvises a dance to Hey Mama by the Black Eyed Peas. Happy Chapman, a local television host and judge, is thrilled with OD's performance and extends an offer to John for a broadcast deal. John turns this down. Upon returning home, Garfield becomes irritated with OD's presence and hits a ball, setting off a series of events that result in chaos around the house. When John realizes this, he makes Garfield spend the night outside. Garfield enters and locks OD out as OD emerges to console him. Nermal and Arlene watch this happen as OD flees and is later picked up by Mrs. Baker, an elderly woman. As John and Liz look for OD, Garfield's buddies tell him how disappointed they are with the way he treated OD. Happy Chapman, who recently disclosed that he has a cat allergy, is jealous of his brother Walter, a news reporter, and longs to appear on Good Day New York. Finding an OD notice that Mrs. Baker had written, Chapman and his helper Wendell take advantage of the financially advantageous opportunity to claim OD as Happy's own. Garfield sets out to save OD after hearing Chapman say that he and OD are traveling to New York City and seeing OD on television. When John learns that Garfield is also gone, he asks Liz to assist in looking for both OD and Garfield. When Chapman enters the broadcast tower through the air vents, he places a shock collar on OD, which when activated, produces an electric jolt that compels OD to do tricks. Garfield enters the broadcast tower and discovers OD trapped in a cage. Garfield follows closely behind Chapman as he makes his way to the train station. But Garfield is stopped by an animal control officer who believes him to be a stray. Mrs. Baker informs John that Chapman has abducted OD, leading him to suspect that Chapman has also taken Garfield. Later, John finds out that Chapman is heading to the train station. Simultaneously, Garfield, the other animals, and Chapman's abandoned cat Star Persnickety, who goes by Sir Roland, realize that John is genuinely concerned for OD and that his friends were correct to be jealous of him. He then claims to be saving OD from Happy Chapman to Sir Roland. Garfield is let out of the pound. When Chapman boards a train headed for New York, OD is placed in the luggage car. Garfield enters the train system control room covertly and swaps the rails, causing a multiple train crash that is about to occur after arriving just in time to witness the train depart. Just in time, Garfield presses the emergency stop button, stopping every train, and brings Chapman's train back to the station. OD is set free by Garfield, and they get ready to go. Chapman, on the other hand, pursues them and eventually corners them in a room with suitcases. Chapman threatens OD with the shock collar, but Sir Roland leads Garfield's pound buddies, Louis and his whole rat family, in an attack and puts the collar around Chapman's neck. Not long afterward, Garfield and OD activate the collar, rendering Chapman unconscious. When John and Liz get there, they encounter Chapman, who John strikes in the face for stealing his animals. After a reunion and return home, Garfield, OD, John, and Liz are arrested for allegedly having something to do with the trains and having abducted OD. Back home, Liz and John start dating as Garfield wins back the respect of his friends by being hailed as a hero.